Hello and a very good morning. Right, so it is almost 10 o'clock, which is a bit late for me. But yesterday evening, I received a message from the gym by text to the effect that they had to close the steam room. So rather than go through my normal routine, I decided I would exercise before I left. So I was on the bike, working up a sweat and doing weights and other things like that. So I didn't actually get there until about perhaps 7:45, 45 minutes later than I normally would. That said, um, those who don't know, I'm saying it now. I have my routines, and one of the things that I don't do is listen to people. Right, so I can't remember when I took unsolicited advice. The only time I will listen is if I ever asked for advice. And which brings me to this fella that I'm always clashing with. I believe he works in the field of psychology. And, sometimes I don't even want him to ask me, "How are you?" Because he's going to read something into my response. So, anyway, the steam room reopened while I was in the pool. It wasn't firing as it normally does, but it was sufficient for me to be able to go in there and do a little bit of stretching on my hamstring. So I'm sitting on the bench, stretching as you do, and this guy was sitting sort of like facing me a few, maybe a couple of feet away. So he says to me, "Busy?" And obviously I'm not busy. If I was busy, I wouldn't have time to be walking along at this time of day. I would be elsewhere, being distracted, unable to exercise. So I made the point that I don't get busy. I use my time wisely. I said to him, busy is what people who don't have time to do the things that they need to do are. If that makes sense. So, busy doing everything else apart from the things that are necessary. So for me, looking after my health and strengthening myself is my main priority. And I'm never going to be too busy to do that. So, for example, had they said to me the gym is closed, I would have exercised at the flat. I repeat, I didn't join a gym until I was 49 years old. It's just that there are certain exercises that I can do in the pool that I cannot do on dry land because I need buoyancy. That said, I don't think he's going to ever get the point because we've clashed so many times, me and this guy, with his psychobabble. So it's just that really, the idea. Busy doing what? Busy working. Work really, work is just to generate money to pay for things. I'm not somebody who has a lot of needs. When I say a lot of needs, I'm talking about things like holidays, fancy clothes, jewelry. I don't need any of those things. The things that I need for myself are free, space, peace. These are things that you can acquire independently of money. But it requires that you are assertive. You need to be disciplined and assertive in order to have peace and space, because you're going to offend people And this is the point I was making to him. At the weekend, I was being invited to come here, come there, do this, do that. I get this often. And I do not hesitate to say no. Not because I'm busy, but because I don't want to. So I don't get myself tied up doing things that I would rather not do to appease people. But having said that, I know it will have gone in one ear and out of the other. And the next time I encounter him, he's going to find some other way to offend me. Right, so literally, it's just that really. Life for me, look at this car is going by, but it's coming up. It must be 10 o'clock now. I'm not in the flat toiling. I'm not doing a 9 to 5 toiling. And it's not by accident. This is how I planned my life from the time I came to my senses as a teenager, sitting in a maths class, I believe it was, when I came to the understanding that there has to be more to life than going to school, getting a job, retiring and dying. So I never set myself on that path where I was going to become somebody with a career and high ambitions of climbing the tree and so forth. And as for mortgages and, acquiring a house, that sort of thing, I never aspired for that. I've always said I would only buy a house if I can afford to buy it cash, because the whole point of a mortgage, it ties you up. It has you doing things that you would rather not do, working in jobs just to make sure you have the money to pay for the mortgage. And that can't be good for your health. So my top priority always is health. That comes first. Everything else is secondary. And that's it really. So busy, as I said, is what people do instead of what they're supposed to be doing. Right? So it's about, we've got 24 hours and it's about making them work. So we're into the 10th hour of the day. I've got another 14 before the next 24 hours start. So I can do what the heck I like with those 14 hours, which isn't much because I've arranged it so that this month I can just literally focus on stretching exercises. And that's it. Stretch, rest, and whatever work I have to do, I fit that in. And that's it. Right, so I hope you all have a good day. Look after yourselves. Bye.